what's up everyone? Hope you guys are all doing well. Today I have a new video for you guys, but it's not only just a new video, it's a new genre of videos. I've been thinking a lot lately, and I've been wanting to incorporate more of my hobbies into this YouTube channel. Not only just filmmaking and photography and travel, but also like camping, hiking, backpacking, as well as snowboarding and surfing. And today I have a new backpacking video for you guys. It's actually one of the first ones I've done about gear. But yeah, I'll still be working on camera, photo, and video related videos. Yeah, there'll be a pretty good variety with the uploads throughout this channel. So we all know that backpacking gear can get really expensive, and there's usually like a gear chase that everyone goes through where they try to acquire as much as possible, but ultimately it ends up burning a hole in your wallet, collecting dust, or weighing down your pack, and you end up not using it on your trip. My point of view throughout backpacking and hiking is just getting gear that I know I will need for cheap. And I also like having gear that serves multiple purposes, not only in the outdoors, but also through everyday life. And I feel like most of these things in this list could be used anywhere, not only in the outdoors, but as well in everyday life. So yeah, here's my 5 favorite budget backpacking gear items. So the first item on my list is this Nightcore NU25 headlamp. It's an ultralight headlamp that you can get for under 40 bucks. It's super light, really sleek, and it can be charged through a USB port. I've had multiple headlamps in like the $60+ range that ultimately weren't that good. And yeah, this headlamp has 3 main white settings and then as well as 3 with red. And I really love this headlamp. I've used it a ton of times out in the backcountry and on hiking, and I even keep it in my car on my headrest in case I need a headlamp for whether it's fixing the car or we're out shooting. You never know when you'll need a headlamp. I usually like keeping it at the second level. I feel like that's enough for most of the things I do while I'm hiking. Sometimes I'll keep it on the first level, and the third level is just a little too much sometimes, and it drains out pretty quick. So I keep it on the first and second level, and it works really well while out hiking. But you can find this on Amazon for under 40 bucks, and they have different colors. I went with black. So yeah, that's the first budget backpacking item. My second item is something that I overlooked for way too long. On every hike and backpacking trip I went on, I never brought anything remotely close to this, and I'm stoked to say that I finally got one, and it's a ultralight medical kit. And usually you'll bring bandages and ibuprofen and stuff in a little Ziploc bag, but I want something a little more intricate and something I could build out over time. It's great to be prepared whether you're out backpacking or hiking, and you don't want to end up without bandages. I recently cut my finger slicing an orange for a cocktail, and it would not stop bleeding. And I've never had that kind of issue out in the backcountry, but that wouldn't really be fun, like sleeping through the night and having something bleed all over your stuff. So I'm a firm believer in being prepared and staying safe, because we all want to keep hiking. We don't want to get severely injured and be in a bad situation. And a cool thing about this is that you can reuse this bag. So instead of having a Ziploc bag in your backpack, and if you are unable to get to your first aid kit, you can tell someone, hey, go for the yellow bag, or if someone sees this, they will know that it's a medical kit. Yeah, over time I'll be customizing this and might make an update video on my medical kit, but it's good to have it just in case. And it's really light. On to number 3. So this third item on my list was recommended by my good friend Jose, and I was never really a firm believer in this until my last backpacking trip about a year ago, and it is an emergency blanket. It's gonna be really loud. This thing's very light. The emergency blanket is a great way to just have that extra source of protection and safety out in the backcountry or while hiking. I haven't really folded it up recently, so it's kind of all sprawled out, but it's really light. It packs down really tight. It provides a ton of warmth because it just radiates that heat back to you, traps it all in. And I think it's from a company called Soul. I couldn't find the exact item that I bought, but they actually have a bivvy, a poncho, and a blanket with, I think they have grommets in it too. I would highly recommend that you go pick one up like right now, because you never know when you'll need something to keep you warm, whether it's like you get stranded in your car or the weather just takes a crazy turn for the worst. Thankfully, I haven't had to use it, but one of my good friends, Sean, he didn't have a sleeping bag that was rated for the temperatures that we're sleeping at, and it was actually really freaking cold. And I have all new gear, like 20-degree stuff in my hammock. Make a video on all that setup later, but I was pretty warm and kind of like my feet were kind of cold. But when Sean hit me up, he's like, hey, like, could I borrow that blanket of yours? He was freezing in his hammock, and he said that he wrapped this around his feet and his lower body, and he woke up sweating from this blanket. So I'm gonna start having all my buddies buy one so we never have to like divvy it up between us. But yeah, there's also another story that I'll be making a video about how I almost died while backpacking and we were not prepared. I wish I had one of these because it's cheap. It's like 20 bucks. It's a light and it takes up like literally no space in your bag. Highly recommend getting an emergency blanket because spending a freezing cold night is not fun. My fourth item are these merino wool socks. These are the Belega Hidden Comfort socks. We've all heard that cotton kills, and when hiking with cotton socks, you usually end up with blisters, or if you're hiking through water or snow, they just don't dry out quick. And ever since converting over to these merino socks, my feet have been feeling amazing while hiking. I can walk through a river and these will be dry within minutes. They're super comfy. I haven't gotten any blisters on them. And right now I only have one pair because I've only really needed one pair, but I plan on picking up a second one, just have as a backup for when I do multiple nights or if I want to just alternate socks even during the day. Yeah, these are super comfy, they're soft, and they've been holding up really well. An alternative are the popular Darn Tough socks, but yeah, I feel like you can't go wrong with any of them. So that's number 4, merino wool socks. So my last item is something that I've used beyond hiking and backpacking. I've used it while out filming. I keep it in my car sometimes, and I usually throw it in my backpack when out traveling because you never know when you'll need this. It's this little microfiber towel from REI. They have a ton of different sizes. This is the medium because I didn't really need a big towel. They even have like beach towels. I think it's like the XL version. But these things are super lightweight, they dry out fast, you can clip them on your bag, and they actually dry really well. I've used this when covering my camera out in Iceland when filming, and like wiping it down because it was raining too much. I've used this when hiking and we like jump in a river and you want to dry off real quick. I've even cleaned my food pot with this. Yeah, you can never go wrong with bringing a little towel around. It's just nice to have. It's super lightweight and it packs down really small, and yeah, it's one of my favorite items that I use beyond backpacking. So I hope you guys enjoyed this new video. I've done a ton of research with backpacking and been on a ton of different trips, and I'm really excited to bring what I've been learning to YouTube. And backpacking and hiking and camping are a beloved part of my life that I want to start getting back out and doing more once COVID's over. But yeah, this is a way to get me pretty stoked on backpacking, and I hope you guys are stoked on it as well. Leave a comment below if you're into backpacking and hiking. I'd love to know. I'd love to know if you guys have used these items as well as your favorite budget backpacking items. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.